welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that you're here today because in today's video I am going to show you how I created this gorgeous mermaid springy teal magic halo eye look. I am completely obsessed with this makeup. It only takes 3 eyeshadows. Yes, that is correct. 3 eyeshadows only. I had the best time creating this. I've done this look a ton and I figured, hey, today I would just make a video and hopefully it would help someone out. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like down below and say hello down in the comments. It would really mean a lot to me. I love getting to know you guys. And if you try this tutorial, don't forget to find me on Instagram and tag me in your photo. I'd love to see what you create. Without further ado, let's just jump right into the tutorial. So I'm gonna be turned on an angle so you guys can really see what I'm doing. I'm more up close to this camera than I think I've ever been before, but we're gonna jump right into it. So you guys can see that I have the majority of my base already done. My eyebrows are already done. I followed my usual routine. If that's something that you're interested in, I'm gonna link it right up here so you guys can check that out. But today I'm really just going to be focusing on the eyes, and I'm going to be using 2 different palettes today. These are both the collaboration palettes from RawBeautyKristi. So I'm going to be using the Pure collaboration as well as the Colourpop collaboration to create this look. And the color stories in these palettes are actually, there's some commonality, there are some similarities, but they both have something that the other doesn't, which is why I'm using them both today. I have already primed my eyes using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. That's my go-to. I've already set that down, so I am ready to jump in. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the RawBeautyKristi Pure Collaboration Palette. And on the neutral side, I'm gonna go into this shade. It's just an ivory. For me, it's skin tone, and I just like to lay this down to help my shadows blend a little bit more easily. This is not a required step at all, but I feel like it helps when I'm blending everything out. I'm gonna actually, let me move this hair out of the way. This look really is a very, very simple halo eye look. That's kind of the look that we're going for. And I really love using these colors because they match my eyes pretty well. Depending on the light, my eyes can look more blue or more green. But using these colors, I think that they're so perfect if you have cooler toned skin like I do. So when you look at the veins in your arm, if they show up blue, or if you have, I have very rosy cheeks, and some people think that that means that you have cool undertones, and it can. But really, it's looking at the undertones in your arm is one of the ways that you can tell. And I have very cool undertones. So I'm gonna look for shades that are a little bit on the cooler side. I really, throughout my makeup, I like to make sure that all of my undertones are matching for whatever I'm using. So for my blush, for my highlighter, for my eyeshadow, I want all of those to be in the same undertone family. So I've got a very rosy blush on today. I am going to be using very cool undertoned eyeshadows, and the highlighters that I'm going to use are very cool undertoned as well, cool to neutral. So going into the Pure palette again, but this time on the color side, I am going to go into this shade right here. This is shade Garden State. I'm going to take a flat brush. This is a Sigma E54. I'm going to pick up Garden State, and I'm going to very carefully pat the color on. These shadows are super, super pigmented. They kick up really easily as well. So I've added a little extra powder under my eye to catch some of that fallout. That's not necessarily required, but it's something that I like to do, especially when I'm using very colored eyeshadows that I know have a chance of fluffing everywhere. And I know that a lot of people like to do their eyes first because of this. I'm just not that person. I feel like I mess up my eye makeup anytime I do them before I do my skin. So that's just something that is a personal preference. I'm gonna pack that color on, and I'm gonna focus on the outer third of my eye for patting this on. So you'll notice I'm not gonna go past the outside of my iris. I'm not gonna go past the color of my eyeball. I'm gonna keep it to the outside third for this particular step. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of my iris. So I'm going to do the other third of my eye, the outer third, closing my eye and packing it. And I'm not gonna go above my crease right now because we're gonna blend this out. You guys can also see that I'm trying to make a little bit of a V shape with the color. Not a perfect V, but I do want it to be a little bit wider towards the crease than it is at the bottom towards my lash line. So I'm creating a little bit of this shape as I pack it on. It doesn't need to be perfect, but creating this shape does help keep the eye open. Next, I am going to go into the Colourpop at Foresight RawBeautyKristi collaboration palette. And this has a great mix of warm and cool tones. So again, we're focusing on cooler tones today. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit of this color. This is shade PNW, and it is a more bluer tone. It's not too blue. It's still kind of a bluey green. And I'm gonna pack that on the outside, the very, very outside of the color that we just packed in. So I'm using a Morphe 124 eye brush and just blending that into our existing color. The goal is to darken it up at the edges, so at the very outside of the two sections of color that we've already laid down. The goal for this eye look is to go from darkest to lightest on the lid as we put on our color. So we want the center to be the lightest and the outside to be the darkest. And the other side. These two colors together just create the coolest kind of greeny aqua tone. Absolutely love this combination and love these colors together. And I'm going to go ahead and take a clean blending brush. This is an M441 brush, and I'm going to start blending it inwards and up. So I don't want to blend it out. There might be a little bit of blending out, but for now, my goal is to blend it up and in, up and in, up and in. If you feel like you've lost some of that color, you can go ahead and just touch it up a little bit. I'm going in with my M456 brush, which is a flat blending brush. Still very, very fluffy. It's clean. I'm not adding any additional color. And I'm gonna pull the color a little bit out this way towards the tail of my eyebrow. I don't wanna go all the way out, but what I wanna do is pull this out so that it pulls my eye up and out and gives my eye the illusion of being more open and being bigger. I do have hooded eyes, so taking it above the crease, if I'm looking straight ahead, taking it above the crease is really, really critical to making sure that the halo eye and the darkness of these colors don't make my eye look heavier. I want to look awake. I want to look young. I want my skin to look pulled back. And one trick to do that is to blend this color this direction and up. Just be patient. You really don't need to be adding color at this point. Be patient and blend, blend, blend into that desired shape. Same on the inside. I'm going to blend up and towards the outside of my eye. I'm not going to go in this way so much. I'm going to go this direction. Now, if I feel like I need to add more color or if I need to touch it up, I'm going to do it on the lid, not in the crease and not up here on the brow bone. So not above the crease and not in the crease. I'm going to add it to the lid. Just going back into PNW, darkening up those edges just a little bit, really add in more depth, and I'm gonna blend. Now I am going to take this across up here on the brow bone, a little bit in the crease, but mainly just above the crease. I'm still taking that clean brush and blending it across. I'm gonna add just a hair more of that lighter green shade, Garden State. Just pack that back in. You can always add more color, but you can't take it away. So when you're doing this, you wanna go low and slow, very, very carefully. Take your time, blend, and add just a little bit at a time. Don't go crazy. So now that our blue and our green colors are really blended out and we've created that nice halo eye framework and created the eye shape that we're going for, I'm gonna use an M152 brush. This is a flat, kind of fluffier packing brush. And I'm going back into the Pure palette and I'm gonna go into this center color called Cafe Disco. I find that a slightly fluffier brush does the trick in packing this on. I'm going to in small back and forth motions, lay that color down wider at the top and smaller at the bottom, blending that in nice and softly into the existing color. Now, because I do have hooded eyes, I do like to take that center color a little bit above the crease just to give the eye some additional openness. And if you need to go back in and blend the edges just a hair, just to soften that up a little bit, that works. But this doesn't need to be perfect. This is meant to be a soft halo eye. That's why I haven't cut the crease or anything. I haven't done anything super drastic. I'm just trying to create that nice shape inside that adds a little splash of glitter, a little splash of lightness. So the top of the eye, the lid is complete. Now we're going to do the under eye. I'm gonna take my Morphe 432 brush. This is a very flat defining brush. I'm gonna go into our darker shade from the Colourpop collection. This is shade PNW again. Very light amount on my brush. I'm even dabbing off a little on the palm of my hand. And I'm going to trace my lash line with this color. Obeying the rule of thirds on this, I'm only going to take this color in basically to where the iris starts, which is the outer third of the eye. And I'm gonna do the inner third as well. And I want this empty space under here to be about the same amount of space that is this lighter shade. I want the same amount of space on this lash line on the lower lash line. I'm not gonna go in with PNW because I want that to stay a little bit light. I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is a Sigma E34 brush. I'm going into Garden State, our lighter green tone, just a hair, just a hair. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna smudge out PNW and I'm gonna connect it to what we've done up here, just very lightly going in, making sure that that looks all seamless and connected. And then on the inside, same thing. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna smudge it just a hair. I'm not taking it in too far. Remember, I'm keeping that color where it is, but I am smudging it. And very lightly, no additional color, I'm gonna take it across that midsection, but making sure that it's super light, just to give the hint of the color, but you can still clearly see that there's a little bit of a gap. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I really like to take a brush. This is a M508 brush. This is a smudger brush. It's very thin. It's very thickly packed. I'm gonna take this into Cafe Disco, our sparkly color, and I'm going to go underneath my lashes and smudge in that glitter. This will help the eye to look even more open, and I think it just adds a little bit of like little surprise. So I have a little bit of fallout here in my cheek. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. I'm gonna lightly dust that away. For eyeliner, I am going in with two different Colourpop eyeliners. I'm gonna use shade Catsuit on my upper lid, and I'm going to use shade Icebreaker on my lower waterline. These are two bluier greens that I think match this look well. And I'm just going in on that waterline all the way across. And I do like to use a lighter color on the bottom because it just adds an additional openness to my eye. I'm really not about that super smoky black eyeliner on the waterline look. It closes my eye, and for someone that already has very small hooded eyes, just anything I can do to open that up is exactly what I'm going for. And going in with Catsuit, I'm going to tightly line my upper lid. I'm really not going in thick at all. I think I want to add a little bit of depth to that upper lash line. So I am going to go in with another shade. I'm going to go in with Best O. It's a very dark purple shade, and I really like purple eyeliner. It almost looks brown, but it is a little purpley, which goes with the tones that we've selected for this look. And I'm making an even thinner line with this color just to give the mascara a little bit more continuity. This is something that, especially if you have blonde eyelashes, this can really help it to look more seamless, because it's very easy for your blondness to just show through or peek through on lashes that you missed. And let's not forget about the inner corner. I'm going to go back into Cafe Disco with a tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to brighten that inner corner that is this eye complete in terms of eyeshadow and eyeliner. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm going to do my other eye and I will be right back. All right, guys, so I am back and my eyeshadow is complete. I'm really liking how this is turning out so far. I've also highlighted my face, so looking a little bit more glowy. I'm really, really loving how this is coming together. So we've only got a few more steps. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Urban Decay Lash Freak mascara and apply that to both eyes. And I love this mascara because literally it makes my eyelashes literally just reach all the way to the stars. It looks so incredible when you put it on. It does take a little bit of work to make it look exactly how you want it to, because the wand is so unique and this formula really just wants to go on. Good things come to those who are willing to work for them, and I have not found another mascara that does what this one does. I love this mascara because it makes my eyelashes look literally fake. Like, without having to put false eyelashes on, this just takes my lashes there. You know what I mean? Does anyone else make weird faces when they put on their mascara? Seriously, I feel like I make the weirdest faces while I'm doing this. I'm like, the whole time. Oh yeah, that mascara took this look from like, whoa, to like, wow. And just a little light lip color to go with this look, since the eyes are so dramatic. I am gonna go for something that has cooler undertones to just match this very cool look. Want to make sure it looks seamless and put together. I am using the YSL Rouge Volupte Shine, and this is in shade 8 maybe. This is brand new. I'm a little obsessed with it. I bought this and I immediately felt so stupid because it's so expensive, but I love this and I love the packaging. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful product. I'm kind of obsessed. All right, guys, that is this look complete. I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite looks to do. It just makes me feel like a mermaid princess. It's very pretty, it's very feminine. I just love how this looks. I love how this turned out. I am obsessed with the combination of these two colors, and I know that this is coming from 2 different palettes, and I know how annoying that is, especially if you're trying to go out there and purchase the same things, but there are palettes out there that have colors that are similar to this. If you can't get your hands on either one of these, this is very simple. This is 3 eyeshadows. That's all we use today to create this, and I just feel gorgeous and beautiful and confident. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you liked it, please don't forget to leave a like down below, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. I'm constantly doing things like this on this channel. I post new videos every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget to say hello down in the comments. I really love meeting you guys and getting to know you. If you try this look, please feel free to tag me on Instagram. I feel like I don't plug my Instagram on this channel, like basically at all, but I'm gonna pop it up here on the screen now. Go find me on Instagram, and if you try this look, don't forget to tag me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It really means a lot to me that you're here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.